Greeting to all. Today we will discuss about budgeting from school management and organization. School budget means showing the income and expenditure of the school, covering all items of income and all items of expenditure. So here we will prepare a budget, we will formulate a budget for plan and also non-plan areas. The process of budget is administrative task. It is a major task for the any educational institution because it depends upon number of issues. And in budget formulation, three steps are going to be included, namely estimation, preparation, implementation. The headmaster should prepare budget estimates keeping in a view previous year income and expenditure and under plan and non-plan and proposed expenditure and income. Plan expenditure is usually identified with quantitative expansion as well as quantitative improvement, and the non-plan expenditure is the committed expenditure on the existing system. Salaries of the staff and maintenance of school etc. will comes under in non-plan expenditure because there is no plan for salaries, there is no plan for maintenance of school. Planned expenditure will be transferred to non-plan expenditure by the end of the 4-year plan. At the end of the 4-year plan, what we are going to do? So we are going to that planned expenditure will be transferred to non-plan expenditure. Thus, as the system enlarges, non-plan expenditure bulks rapidly. According to a large chunk of expenditure on education in school presently is of non-plan categories only. Whatever expenditure we are doing in school, so most of the areas are non-planned category itself only. We are not doing expenditure of money on planned category. We are doing expenditure of money on non-planned category. Next, after estimation, second one, preparation. Based on plan and non-plan estimates, budget is to be prepared. When you are going to prepare a budget, your concentration is on both plan and non-plan estimates. Budget preparation includes income and expenditure under recurring and non-recurring heads. Recurring means happening again. Non-recurring means not happening again. So here income sides includes, so what areas will comes under in income? Tuition fee, special fee, rents, sale of products of socially useful productive work, articles, donations, interest, etc. Next, expenditure side includes salaries of teaching and non-teaching staff, non-recurring expenditure such as purchase of furniture. It is not going to happen again. You are not going to buy furniture again and again. Next, equipments, construction of additional classroom, etc. Next, recurring expenditure include salaries and other contingent expenditure. And next one, after preparation, we are going to implement. So here, the headmaster should plan the budget and place it before the management for approval in the case of private schools, and in the case of government schools and local body schools, concerned education officer and get their approval. Once budget is approved, it should be implemented with meticulous means with a pre-planned care, following proper accounting procedure. So here what is the procedure? An appraisal of budget is based on the following aspects. When you are going to do the evaluation of your budget, it should be based on the following aspects. Number one, whether expenditure incurred is totally related to the identified objectives of teaching and learning. Whatever expenditure we are doing, whether that expenditure is on identified objectives of teaching, learning or not. Whether expenditure was incurred as per the planned activities or diverted to meet unplanned activities. So whatever expenditure is going on, whether that expenditure is on a planned activities or whatever money is there, we are diverting into unplanned activities. And next one, whether expenditure was incurred on priority items on equitable ratio. So whatever expenditure is taking place in the institution, whether it is concentrating on the priority areas or not. Priority means important areas or not. For example, building is compulsory, then we are going to do the expenditure on construction of building. Laboratory is compulsory, then we are going to do expenditure on laboratory. So based on the priority areas, whether that expenditure is taking place in the institution or not. And last one, what are the problems in implementing the budget? When implementation is taking place, budget implementation is taking place in the institution, whether any problems are arising, then what problems are arising, how you are overcoming those problems. So in this area, what you are going to do? You are going to do assessment, you are going to do evaluation. And the next one, role of headmaster in the preparation of budget, precautions to be taken. Means that while preparing a budget, what precautions to be taken? In that, headmaster should study all the circulars received from the management, education department and keep himself up to date about plan and non-plan items of income and expenditure. He should study all the circulars will come. So whatever circulars that institution is going to receive, so it is necessary to study those circulars, because circulars may come from management, may come from education department, and that headmaster should be up to date. How income is coming, how expenditure is coming, both in a planned areas and also non-planned areas. Next, he should prepare budget in the beginning of the academic year with the cooperation of the staff. Without cooperation of the staff, it is not possible to prepare budget in effective manner. So that's why headmaster has to prepare budget by taking the support of teaching staff at the academic year beginning. Next, budget proposals, estimates received from each department should be discussed thoroughly in the staff meeting. So before going to prepare a budget, whatever proposals will come, budget proposals will come, estimates will come. So there is need to discuss about proposals and estimates thoroughly with the staff. Next, he should avoid wasteful expenditure by identifying priorities. When headmaster is going to prepare a budget by taking the support of teaching staff, so there headmaster has to identify priority areas where we need to do expenditure, where we should not do expenditure. So then it is easy for the teacher, headmaster, to avoid wasteful expenditure. Next, he should ensure that his office maintenance account books like daily cash book, budget, stock registers meticulously, and data of income and expenditure on various heads must be readily available. When you want to prepare budget for academic year, you need to keep all this information in front of you. So then only you can able to prepare budget in effective manner. Next, he should ask for additional funds with reasons. If for the purpose of development of your institution, if any additional funds are required, you need to ask additional funds with reasons, with proper reasons. And next one, he should plan for annual auditing, and accounting of accounts by inviting local fund auditors or auditors appointed by the management and submit relevant vouchers to the audit party. In every academic year, what is going to take place? Auditing of account section is going to take place in each and every school. So for the purpose of auditing, what will be there? Accounts people, auditing people are going to be invited. They are local auditors or auditors appointed by the governments. So whatever necessary information is required for auditing section, headmaster has to provide that information for proper auditing of that institution. Next, he should attend to audit objections of previous year and submit rectification report. For previous year, some objections will come about budget and also implementation of the budget. So there, whatever objections will come from auditing area, there is need to give answer. There is need to give rectification. There is need to give rectification report. And last one, he should not prepare deficit budget. Always plan for surplus budget for mobilizing local resources. Whenever headmaster is going to prepare budget, he need to prepare a budget for the purpose of mobilization of the resources. Means that headmaster is not going to prepare deficit budget. He is always going to prepare surplus budget. And next one, for the purpose of preparation of budgeting in effective manner, in an easy manner, one system is there, PPBS, planning, programming and budgetary system, PPBS. So here advanced countries have adopted new strategies in planning school budget. Planning, programming and budgetary system, it is also called as PPBS, is considered to be one of the best system evolved in advanced countries. The silent features of PPBS system are: first one, assessment of needs. Actually, for that institution, what are the requirements? As a headmaster, what is going to do? Is going to assessment needs. Next, second one, defining the educational objectives and deciding the methods and strategies of evaluation of educational objectives. Before going to prepare budget, what is going to take place? First, you are going to define the educational objectives, means that you are going to write objectives for your institution. Then, for the purpose of doing evaluation of your educational objectives, you are going to decide what methods you are going to apply, what strategies you are going to apply. Next, third one, prioritization of programs aimed at achieving the objectives. For the purpose of achievement of educational objectives, whatever programs you are going to organize in the institution, those programs are priority based programs. If that program is useful to the institution, then only that institution is going to organize that program. Otherwise, there is no organization of that program. Next one, restricting budget expenditure to the identified educational purposes and objectives. Here, whatever budget is going to be prepared, whatever expenditure is going to take place in the institution, so here that expenditure is completely on identified educational problems, identified educational objectives. If that educational objective is compulsory to achieve, so there what is going to be there? Expenditure of money is going to take place in that particular area. So that's why in identified areas, in prioritized areas, whatever money is there, whatever budget is there, so that budget is restricted only to the identified objectives of that institution. Okay, so this is about budgeting in B.Ed first semester in school management and organization.